What we want to talk about tonight with you is we want to share with you, qualities that define a great father. Now, I know that I'm going to pretty much miss some. There might be some you might be able to think about, and that's fine. That's okay. All you can do is just add to the list. But I just wanted to share with you all some of the things that I thought that was very important to me. Right. So, but listen, let's get into this. Let's talk about what defines the qualities of a great father. Right? And I quote this all the time that any man can be a father. Okay. But it takes a special man to be a dad. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Because and how that is determined is based on the child. Okay. And now any child can acknowledge you or will acknowledge you as their father. Okay, they will acknowledge you as their father, and the reason being because they came from your seed. They came from your seed, so they will acknowledge you as their father without any personal relationship. So they're going to acknowledge that. Yeah, that's my dad, or that's my father. Okay, but when a child acknowledges you as dad, it is because of a special love you have shown them as a father. Okay, it's because of the relationship that you have created. You don't necessarily have to you yourself, that child that you have come in contact with, that child that becomes your child through marriage to their mother. You don't necessarily have to be a sperm donor to that child, okay? But if you have established a relationship with them, meaning you loved on them, you spend time with them in the most critical time of their life, okay? And you're not hard on them, but you're balanced with your love. You're bringing your discipline when the discipline needs to be brought. Listen, after a while, and then you're not in and out of their life, but you are there. Eventually, that relationship will form with them. And because you have loved on them as a father, they will begin to call you dad. It takes a special man to be called dad. Okay, any man can be a father. And we know that there are many children out there who have been brought in this world, don't know who their father is. So let's get into some of the qualities of being a father, all right? One of the things, you must be present. A father, a great father, he's always present. Even in spite of, there may be things, he's a hard worker, but yet still, no, you know what? He's in that child's life. He's not just saying, I got a child, but he yet running the streets. He's not involved. He's doing this, he's doing that. Don't even care about the child. And then a lot of times I always say it's not about the money. It's not, even though money helps now, because you want to be able to support the child. It's not always about the money, but what is about the time. But I believe if you spend the time, the money will be there. If you spend the time, the money will do what it's supposed to do. You will provide for that child based on what you see, the need. And please stop it with this thing about, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, yes, you can. Look, do what you can. Even if you can't do it all, please do something, but you got to be present. And what I mean by also about being present, one of the things that I learned over time, when I talk about being present, if that child is involved in something, I said this in one of my other videos, if that child is involved in something, okay, whatever it is, if they like bowling, if they like chess, if they like baseball, if they like football, basketball, if they like science or whatever, when they have their little events going on, their games or what have you, even if your child, if she likes dancing, or ballet or whatever it is, when they are participating in these different events, whether or not it's on the park or whatever it's at, if it's at school, what does them good? Knowing that they can look in that audience and see daddy there, see you there and supporting them. Okay, that's what they respect. That's what they love about it. They will always remember that you was there. Okay, so we want to say you must be present. Okay, number two, and it's not necessarily in this order, okay, but you must be a loving father. Okay. And now the thing of it is, now, when you talk about being a loving father, uh, you want to show that love. You want to show that love. And even, something, you can be a father who's in the house and be held on 2 feet. But that's not what a child wants. This is this is kind of like one of my other bullet points. I might be jumping ahead of myself. In my home, I tell my children, even my wife knows this, she supports this here, in our home. And this is my theory, this is my knowledge, this is what I have proclaimed and professed and established in my home. I tell them, I say, listen, this home will not be a home of chaos, fighting and bickering and hating and all that, not speaking to one another. No, when you come into this place, okay, when you come walking inside that front door, you know what? You come into a place of tranquility, a place of peace, a place of love. There were many times that a lot of our, people would come and visit us, and they're always saying, man, there's so much love in this home. And you know what? You know who's responsible for that? You are, Dad. You are, Father. You are, husband. You're responsible for that. You don't let chaos go on in your home. Am I saying that we don't have no differences? We haven't had any differences in our home? No, I'm not saying that, okay? Because there are times, I had to regulate. There are times I had to bring some peace, okay? But yet still at the same time, though, even in doing it, I did it out of love, okay? You just can't walk around mad. If you mad at the boss at the job, don't bring it home to your children. Don't bring it home to your wife or to your girlfriend, because they didn't cause that. So don't be abusive. And that's one of the things I want to say. And I've seen, there was a story I did about Robert Yummy, Sandefur. I don't even want to call him Yummy no more, but Robert Sandefur, go check one of my videos out. And the reason that this young man at 11 years old was wanted by the FBI for murder, not for one person, but for 2 people. And what I kind of find out based on the research, what was happening is that this child was being abused. This child had been abused, okay? There was another young man that here in Florida that I can't remember his name, but I'm gonna do a video on him, and the same thing with him. He killed another young boy. He's 11 years old, 12, and the boy he killed was 9 years old, okay? Just walked up and stabbed him. And why? You know why? Because he wanted to die. Why did he want to die? Because he was tired of being abused by his parents, okay? So guess what? Our children, no matter what age, they need love. They need love. The other thing, okay, you want to be approachable. Your child has to be able to be approachable. You want to provide a safe zone where your children can come and talk without fear, okay, of being condemned or judged for their way of thinking or for the mistakes they made, okay? Are they going to make mistakes? Absolutely. Are they going to do dumb things? Absolutely. You want your child, if they're going through something mentally, especially mentally, okay, because a lot of children, that's one of the areas in which I think that a lot of children, they struggle at mentally because they don't know how to really deal with it. But if you're there to give them guidance, if you're there, first of all, you have to be a listening ear. I'm going to definitely say that. You got to have a listening ear. But if you're there to provide them guidance with their struggles or whatever, guess what? You can direct them in the right way instead of you being approachable. Yeah, you know the right way, but they can't talk to you. And then let me add to that too, because one of the things that you want to do, you want them to be able to do. And this is something I learned. My kids, my children come and talk to me. But then what they will always say, but Dad, you'll never listen. You don't never hear. You see, every time we start talking, you start talking. I had to learn to fix that. Because sometimes, what all the child want to do? They don't want you to say anything. All they want you to do is just to hear them out. And then they don't want you to condemn them. They don't want no condemnation. They don't want you to, see that? There you go. Let me tell you something. I don't even know if I wrote this down. Stop calling your children bad. Stop calling them mischievous. Stop calling them rebellious. Stop calling them, oh, you just like your daddy. You just like your mama. No, stop that foolishness. Don't speak those words of your children. Don't do that. No, they're being themselves. Just keep that in mind. You want to be approachable. You want your children to be approached. They should be able to come and talk to you about anything. They really should. Because guess what? They can't talk to you. They're going to talk to somebody, and you don't know what that somebody is telling them. They might be telling you something that's totally against what you believe, your principles or whatever, you know, but we got to provide a safe zone for them. Okay, I kind of said that my next point was you got to have an ear to hear, all right? And one of the things that I pointed out, you want to learn to listen. Learn to listen. Say this with me. I must learn to listen, especially when they start getting older, okay? Especially when they start getting older, all right? All they want you to do just sometimes just listen. You ain't got to say anything, you know? And this is another point that I learned. You know, when they talk, let them say whatever they got to say. If you're one of those people who struggle maintaining what they're saying, you know what I do? I write it down. Take my little notes when they talking. So then when they're done, I actually, you know, would you, and this is what I do too. I ask them, I said, would you like for me to respond to that? Or you just want to, you know, get it off your chest, you know? So sometimes they say, yeah, I want to hear what you got to say, Pops. You know, so I kind of elaborate. And then you know what? The thing is that what I do, it's not so much about you telling them what to do, okay? But you want to give them options. So what I learned to do is that I give my children the pros if they choose this way, and the cons if they choose this way, okay? And most of the time, especially if you're a caring, loving father, and you really care about your children, and you really and I'm going to say this, you in your right mind yourself, you ain't going to lead them wrong. Even if it might, sometimes, you know, it may take your child a little harder to really gravitate to what you're saying or what you have said, but guess what though? It's going to sink in, okay? Oh, this is a good one. Never cut them off or finish their sentences. Don't do that. Don't do it. Because if you do that, when they're trying to express themselves, because a lot of times, all right, can we just say it's kind of really uneasy. They're already uncomfortable coming to you about some things. And then next you know, they struggling, but they know they need to talk, okay? And you cutting them off every time you finish off their sentence, guess what? They won't want to talk to you. They will shut down. I'm telling you what I know because I've been there. I had to learn this here. Okay, a lot of these things I'm telling you, I'm not telling you because I read some manual somewhere. No, these are things that I learned firsthand, okay? And you know, and listening doesn't mean that you watching TV while they talking, but you stay to watch a TV or you reading a book or something. No, give them your ears, give them your eyes, give them your undivided attention, okay? And then if you do respond, don't respond in hate. Don't respond in rebuke. Why you do something like that? Boy, you stupid. Boy, you crazy. You idiot. Boy, I ain't raised you like that. No, that's the wrong response. They will not talk to you. They will not say anything to you at all, okay? So don't do that. Okay, number 5, you know, you want to discipline with love, okay? You know, discipline is necessary, all right? But at the same time, there must be a balance. Then you know what? Sometimes everything that they do wrong, it doesn't require you to discipline them for it. You know, a lot of times when they do something wrong, I ask them, I said, well, what lesson did you learn? Did you learn something? What did you learn from it? And then I'll hear them out, let hear what they say, and I feel I need to respond to it, and I'll respond to it. But if I do respond to it, I'm going to respond to it in love. Hey, you know what, son? That's okay, man. As long as you learn your lesson for it. No matter what, though, I'm proud of you. I want you to know Pops love you, okay? Same thing with your daughter. That's okay, sweetie. I love you, okay? You know what? Give your daughters pet names if you have to, you know, because they need that. Daughters need love too. I know I talk a lot about sons because our sons really need the attention, okay? And so do our daughters, and I don't want to discredit that. Our daughters need attention as well, okay? To not discipline with love could be a sign that you don't love them or care for them. Meaning if you don't care what they do, you never bring any discipline at all, they could take that for granted that you don't love them, all right? Okay, number 6, one of the things that's very important, you want to be a man of integrity, okay? In essence, let your word be your bond. Whatever you say you're going to do, stick to it. And if you can't do it, at least go pick your word up. You know, don't promise that child you're going to take them to the park on such and such a day, and then when such and such a day come, you don't show up. Okay, and then they calling you, you won't even answer the phone and all this kind of stuff. Don't do that. You're hurting that child, all right? And this is a good one here. If you want respect, fathers, if you want respect, you know what you got to do? You got to give respect, okay? You got to be an example. If you want the honor as a father, guess what you have to do? You have to give it. There's no ifs, ands, and buts and questions about it, all right? Okay, number 9, you want to be stable. You want to be a stable father, okay? Hey, you yourself got to be stable. If you're not stable, guess what? Your family won't be stable. You'll be moving from here to there, down to Jericho, back to Egypt, and all that kind of stuff. No, you don't want established, must have some stability in your life. You know, you don't want to be from job to job, from church to church, and this and that there. No, cut that out. Fix yourself. Fix yourself, man. If you're not there, get there, okay? And you know something? You know, your children can teach you some things as well. You know, because I mean, it's not like we got this parenting thing, down pat right out the box. No. And then another thing that I learned from every one of my children, I've had to adapt in some way. I might be able to treat one child one way that I can't treat the other. Okay, so it matters. All right. So, but be able to admit when you're wrong. Okay. Another thing, be affectionate. There's nothing wrong with being affectionate. Be affectionate with your boys. Shouldn't say that. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I hug my sons. I hug on them. We don't hang up the phone without saying, I love you. They need to hear it too. So be affectionate with them. It don't make you a sissy or punk or however y'all want to rephrase it. Don't make you soft. And I think there's nothing wrong with a man showing his emotions. I'm not telling you to be a crybaby now, but there's nothing wrong with a man showing his emotions. This is another good one. Love and respect your children's mother. Okay? Love and respect them. Because if you don't love and respect them, guess what? Nobody else will. The mother won't do it. The child won't do it, I should say. Okay? And the last point, keep God and church a part of your lives. You want to do that. You can't do it all without God. The best way to do it is you want to do it with God. Okay? So I hope I've said some things. And if you have some other points you want to add, please add them in there. But I pray that I made a difference to share some thoughts on some of my little nuggets with you that I've applied over the years. Okay, again, I've been doing this a long time as a father. I've made my mistakes, had my ups and downs. My oldest son, he's 38, I believe it is. I kind of got to where I lost count now. I think he has a birthday coming up next month. No, this month, as a matter of fact, in a couple of days. Okay, so we want to do something real nice for him. All right, but listen, hey, we appreciate you, Father Snow. Lionel Nelson, your host. Listen, please like, share, just comment on this video. But listen, hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Okay, take care. Thank you.